Well, they really do look lovely. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty blown away with how fantastic they look. I can't really believe it. But they worked? I wonder what that means.
It allowed me for even to better my education. I feel that I went on, I became a realtor. I took numerous classes over the years to better myself and my family, and it's allowed my family to do the same. And so definitely I look back and I just say, wow, what a springboard.
Well, I think from what I've been able to share with you today, it's had a real big impact on me because I work in the industry. So, but more so the fact that it helped me along the way when I was in difficult times and when I really needed it. And actually at a point in time when, I was basically homeless as a single parent. And I mean, you just can't describe in words how beneficial that is to a person to be able to move into a real nice place that, fits your needs, that is comfortable, that gives you that security that you need in those difficult times. And then for me, being able to make that into a career and be able to maybe give back a little bit, and that's what I've been trying to do in my career. So it's had an immense impact on my life.
If you take that burden off someone to have to put that, all you can do now is make enough money to pay your rent. No, because that's what your constant worry is. Do I pay the bill? Do I pay the food? Do I pay the power? What do I pay? And we're in a situation where a big chunk of your income is being helped for you in your housing, then you no longer have those worries, and that frees you to be a more successful person.
But affordable housing certainly makes it much easier for us to find somewhere to go. I don't know what would have happened to me without when I started to get arthritis. And
when the affordable housing from me and told me they will have a place for me and my child, I felt so blessed. I feel like I won a lottery. And then I got a job in 2 weeks, and I worked, and I found the daycare for my daughter for part-time. And then I worked, and I feel much, much better, like I was able to do something. And the biggest problem was solved, and which was the housing. I knew we would have a stable place to live. I saw my child running around every day in the house. She was so happy, and I was very happy too.
It was everything. It made it possible for me to get to where I am now. It made it possible I can go to the grocery store. That was a big issue for me. I can go to the grocery store and pick up food that we want to have. Because I came here with nothing. I had a TV, I had pictures, and I had dishes. And I've got...
And what will you have when you leave?
I'll have my life. I'll have myself back.
We're not talking about housing people here for the rest of their lives. We're talking about their start in life, or a woman who's leaving an abusive situation. Her children need stability so badly.
So Luke, how long do people generally stay in affordable housing?
Well, it ranges because there's different steps that people go through while they're in affordable housing. Some people come into the process partway through. This group includes students, could be a young working family, could be a single parent family like Nellie and her children, senior citizens like Betty, or people with a long-term disability. There's a number of reasons people seek affordable housing. But there is a second group, and these are people that have fallen into a housing crisis. This is usually the result of domestic violence, or it could be a failed marriage. This group of people needs housing right away. The first type of affordable housing is crisis housing. They are shelters, emergency shelters, and that type of housing is available for 2 to 4 weeks. And but that quickly goes by, and then they need something else, and then they move into second stage housing or short-term housing, and that lasts from 1 month to 1 year. They're often self-contained units. It allows people just a little bit of time to sort out their issues and move forward. When there's available stock, they will then likely move into long-term rental affordable housing, and that could last anywhere from 3 to 5 years. The ultimate goal really is to get back into the open market. Most people that have gotten into affordable housing want to move through and get back on their feet and get into their own home ownership or perhaps into market rental. Not unlike someone who has broken their leg. There's the initial crisis, you break your leg, you need emergency care. From there you might go to physiotherapy and some recuperation. Once you're strong enough, you start exercising and working out, and before you know it, you're back on both legs and wanting to get on with your life. And that's really much how it is when people are in affordable housing. They come in a crisis, but they're looking forward to getting back into the open market.
Yeah, I know people need a place to live, and you can't argue with helping people in a crisis. I certainly agree with that. But when the crisis is over, then what happens after that? Do they go back into another crisis? Or do they get a job and help themselves and become contributing members of society?
I'd tried various times to pick it up again and never really completed it. But this time I actually finished something I started, and I've got paper to prove it. So it was a big accomplishment for me.
I would really want my gratefulness to be shown, that I'm an example of the very positive side of affordable housing, and it has greatly helped me in my life, and that's really what I want to say.
It gets back to confidence. I look back at it, and I guess that's why I'm here chatting with you, is I look back at it as just what a wonderful experience, and I'm actually proud of what I've accomplished and what it allowed me to do and what it allowed me to do for my family. And everyone should have that opportunity.
I'm very happy to have a roof over my head and good friends and people to talk to. But here you can open your door and find someone to be friendly with, and that's a very good feeling.
I now work in the industry, and it was because of that experience and having that help along the way that I was able actually to get an opportunity to work in the affordable and nonprofit housing sector. So it was tremendous experience for me to be able to live there and also to make that a career choice.
But it's all about home and life and love and family. And without that, you've got nothing. And this is it. This is it. Look at my walls. This is my family. This is my home.